Have you ever pondered how your perception of reality might merely be a reflection of your internal narratives? In the vast realm of human cognition, the concept of reality is an elusive one. It's not a fixed, absolute construct, but rather a fluid, dynamic perception that's constantly being shaped and reshaped by our internal narratives. Let's delve a bit deeper. Imagine you're holding a Rubik's Cube. No two sides are the same, and each turn twists the colors into a new configuration. This cube is like reality. It's multifaceted, constantly changing, and viewed differently depending on our perspective. Now, what do we mean by internal narratives? These are essentially our thoughts, beliefs, and experiences. They're the lens through which we view the world, the filter that colors our perception of reality. Think about it. When you look at a painting, do you see precisely the same thing as the person standing next to you? The colors, the shapes, the composition, yes, but the meaning, the emotion, the personal connection, that's subjective. It's shaped by your past experiences, your memories, your beliefs, and your mood in that moment. Our internal narratives are constantly at work, influencing how we interpret the world around us. They're the news reporters in our minds, feeding us information about our environment. But like any news report, there's a certain degree of bias. Our thoughts and beliefs filter the facts, twisting them into our personal version of reality. And it's not just about interpreting the world around us. Our internal narratives also affect how we interact with it. They guide our actions, our decisions, and shape our relationships. They're the unseen forces that drive our lives, the hidden directors of our personal movie of reality. So the next time you find yourself in a disagreement, remember this. The other person isn't necessarily wrong, they're simply viewing the Rubik's Cube from a different angle. Their reality, shaped by their unique internal narratives, is just as valid as yours. Reality is not a universal truth but a personal construct that varies from individual to individual. Now you might wonder, how does this internal reporting work? Well, let's dive into the fascinating machinery of perception. Imagine our perception as a high-end, ultra-efficient factory. This factory's main job is to process raw data, the countless bits of information we encounter every moment. But it's not just a simple conveyor belt, moving items from one end to the other. Oh no. It is far more complex and intelligent than that. Our brains are like the master workers in this factory, meticulously sorting through the data. They have an uncanny knack for focusing on what matches our existing beliefs and discarding what doesn't. This is a concept known in psychology as confirmation bias. It's like having a quality control officer in our head who's quite picky, only allowing information that aligns with what we already believe. But why does our brain do this? Well, it's a matter of efficiency. Our brains are constantly bombarded with an overwhelming amount of sensory data. To prevent overload, our brains have to be selective, focusing on what's relevant and dismissing the rest. It's a survival mechanism that has evolved over thousands of years. Now let's add another layer to this process: interpretation. Once our brain selects the information, it doesn't just accept it as is. It interprets it, adds meaning to it based on our past experiences, our cultural background, our personal biases, and so much more. This interpretation is what gives color to our world, what makes each of our realities unique. But it's not just about creating our unique perceptions. This process also shapes our reality. What we perceive isn't an objective representation of the world, it's a subjective interpretation shaped by our mind's machinery of perception. It's a continuous dialogue between our inner world and the outside world, a two-way street where each influences the other. So the next time you see, hear, or feel something, remember this. You are not just passively receiving information, you are actively interpreting it, adding your unique twist, creating your own reality. Our minds are not passive receivers of information. They are active interpreters, constantly shaping our reality. How do our beliefs come into play in this complex process? Well, let's delve into that. Beliefs, in essence, are the assumptions we hold to be true. They are the foundation upon which our understanding of the world is built. Now, imagine these beliefs as a pair of glasses. Just like how glasses affect what we see, our beliefs shape how we perceive the world. Let's say you believe that every cloud has a silver lining. This belief will guide your perception, enabling you to find positivity in even the most challenging situations. On the other hand, if you believe that life is an endless struggle, you will likely perceive obstacles as insurmountable, reinforcing your belief. This brings us to a fascinating concept known as confirmation bias. Confirmation bias refers to our tendency to seek out and interpret information in ways that confirm our existing beliefs. For instance, if you believe that cats are aloof, you'll likely pay more attention to incidents where cats act indifferent, thereby reinforcing your belief. But that's not all. Beliefs can also lead to self-fulfilling prophecies. A self-fulfilling prophecy is a prediction that directly or indirectly causes itself to become true. For example, if a teacher believes that a particular student is extraordinarily talented, they might provide more opportunities and encouragement to that student. As a result, the student might excel, making the teacher's initial belief a reality. In essence, our beliefs influence our actions, and our actions in turn can reinforce our beliefs. It's a cycle that shapes our understanding and interaction with the world around us. So beliefs are not just passive thoughts, they are powerful forces that actively shape our perception of reality. They can limit or expand our potential, depending on whether they are restrictive or empowering. Remember, every belief started as an idea that was accepted as truth. Therefore, it's crucial to examine our beliefs critically and remain open to new perspectives. In conclusion, our beliefs act as a lens, coloring our perception and creating our personal reality. What about our past experiences? Surely they must have a say in our reality. Our past experiences are not just memories stored in the recesses of our minds. They are powerful tools that our brain utilizes to shape our understanding of the world. Every experience we've had, every emotion we've felt, every victory and every defeat, they all contribute to the architecture of our reality. Imagine your mind as a vast library, filled with books. Each book represents an experience, and the library is constantly growing as we continue to live and learn. Now, when we encounter a new situation, our brain instinctively reaches into this library, pulling out relevant books or experiences to help us make sense of the present. This is how past experiences influence our perception of reality. Let's take a simple example. If you've been bitten by a dog in the past, your brain will likely associate dogs with danger. This past experience colors your perception, and in your reality, dogs become something to be wary of. On the other hand, if your experiences with dogs have been mostly positive, your reality would reflect that, and you'd perceive dogs as friendly, loving creatures. Our brains are wired to learn from experience. They are incredibly efficient at identifying patterns and using them as a reference point for future encounters. This is a survival mechanism that has served us well throughout evolution. But it also means that our perception of reality can be heavily influenced by our past experiences. It's important to remember that our experiences are not always an accurate reflection of reality. They are filtered through our personal biases and interpretations. Two people can experience the same event differently, and their respective realities will reflect that. This is why it's crucial to continuously challenge our perceptions, to ensure we're not misinterpreting the world around us. Our past experiences, however, are not a prison. They don't have to limit us. With conscious effort, we can change our perceptions, and by extension, our reality. It's not easy, but it is possible, and so we see, our experiences are the brushstrokes that paint our reality. Every experience, no matter how small, leaves a mark. It contributes to the masterpiece that is our perception of the world. And as with any masterpiece, it's always a work in progress. So, what does all this mean for our understanding of reality? Let's take a moment to reflect on our journey so far. We've delved into the complexities of perception, examined the intricate machinery that fuels it, explored the profound influence of beliefs, and acknowledged the impact of personal experiences on our understanding of the world. Now let's tie it all together. Reality, as we've discussed, is not a rigid, universal construct. Instead, it's a fluid, personal creation, one that is shaped and reshaped by our internal reporting. Our beliefs, experiences, perceptions, they all play a role in crafting our unique individual realities. Think about it this way, our minds are like newsrooms, buzzing with information, constantly receiving, processing, and interpreting signals from the world around us. This process of internal reporting is what shapes our understanding and interpretation of reality. But here's the kicker. The news our mind reports isn't always objective. It's tinted with our personal biases, colored by our past experiences, and influenced by our deeply held beliefs. That's why two people can experience the same event and come away with completely different interpretations. Because in essence, each of us is experiencing a version of reality that is unique to us, created by our own internal narratives. So, what are the implications of this concept in daily life? Well, it means that our perception of reality is malleable. It can be changed, tweaked, and adjusted. Every day presents an opportunity to question our beliefs, challenge our biases, and open our minds to new experiences. And for psychology students, this understanding of reality as a personal construct can be a powerful tool. It opens up a pathway to understanding human behavior, mental processes, and the dynamics of interpersonal relationships. Remember, your reality is a reflection of your internal narratives. So question your beliefs, challenge your biases, and be open to new experiences. Because in the end, you are the author of your own reality.